Hey guys, my name is Mujahid, and this is the sixth episode of A Beginner's Guide to C++. And today's subject is encapsulation. Let's begin. First things first, to understand encapsulation better, we need to go back to the access specifier private, because they are directly connected. The attributes and method under private of an object can only be accessed through the class, and the values of the attributes can't be changed or viewed, and the methods can't be called outside of the class. The reason we need to declare attributes and methods under private is because some attributes of objects can be more important than others, such as something like employee ID would be much more important than employee salary, or something like user password would be way more important than username. Probably wouldn't need to be very flexible with the password. You'd only change it sometimes. And you also wouldn't want it to be just out in the open and accessible from anywhere. So its main purpose is to just increase the security of the special attributes by not making them available from anywhere of the code. It adds just a little bit of extra security. And the way we change and view the values of attributes under private, we need to declare special functions such as getter and setter, allowing us to use the class as a gateway. I made a little graph to explain things a little better. I hope this doesn't make things harder for you to understand. What I want you to do is just think of main function and the class as two separate elements of the code. And let's look inside what the class does. We can see that we've declared a class that is named my class, and it has an attribute named x under private. That means the attribute x can only be accessed through the class, and inside public we have two functions, getX and setX. Of course, this isn't how we do it. This is just a basic showcase on what these do. It is gonna make much more sense once we get to coding, but just bear with me. We go inside the main function, we create an object that is named myObject under the class myClass, and to be able to view the attribute x, we go inside the main function and use the method getX. What this does is it makes us go under public and the method getX. GetX gets the attribute x's value. The attribute x returns the value to getX, and then the method just returns the value of x. Once again, this is gonna make much more sense once we get to Visual Studio Code. Alright, let's go step by step. First, we declare a class that is named user info, and let's give it two attributes, one private and one public. Okay, I've declared two attributes. Alright, now we go inside the main function and create an object. Let's name something like new user. And to view the new user's username, all I need to do is just type cout insertion operator new user dot username. If I run the code as it is, we can see that it's possible to view the value of attribute that was under public. If I try to do the same thing for the password and try to run the code, I get a warning, which means I did something wrong. And what we did wrong is that we declared password as a private attribute and we can't just access it. We need to use the class as a gateway. The way we do this is by using getter and setter methods. So let's declare them under public. First of all, I want to showcase the getter method. What we're trying to get is password, and the password is a string. So the way we declare this is we type the return value first, and then name our getter function. The way we do this is if we are creating a getter function, we just type get and type what it is getting, in which case we have a password. We're declaring this function only for it to return the value of password, so we don't need any parameters for it to take. All we need to do is just type return password. We go back inside the main function and we replace this with get password. And now if I try to run the code, we see both the username and the password. While we're at this, let's also declare the setter method. Now, setter methods usually don't return anything, and since we don't need to return anything, we can just go with void, name the setter method, and the way we usually do this is we type set and type whatever it is setting, in which case this is password. And a function like this would take parameters. We need to go inside and type string, which is what it is going to replace. We are going to change the password, and the password is a string. We're just going to type string, new password, and inside here, we're going to replace the value of password with the new password. Now we can go back inside the main function and call the setPassword method for the new user object. We set the new password. I'm going to copy this and paste it in here. And if I try to run the code, we can see that the value of password was changed. And this is how we use getter and setter methods. And this is basically the deal with encapsulation. Before I forget to mention, before I forget to mention, we usually don't declare methods under private because it doesn't really have any practical use cases. Encapsulation is basically about it. Here's the question of the video. The answer will be in the description. Don't forget to try what I did in this video for yourself, because the best way to learn a new language is to try to use it. Take care of yourselves. Bye.